Sunil sir, over to you, please.
Okay, sir. Very good afternoon to one and all. I, Professor Sunil Kuntawar, the co-coordinator of this faculty development program, are heartily welcomes to all of you for this today's session. It is very glad to introduce Dr. Sudhir Pode sir, which, who is a today's guest speaker for the morning session. Uh, so, Dr. Sudhir Pode sir is currently working as a head of the department in Master of Business Administration of Ballarpur Institute of Technology, Ballarpur. He has having more than 15 years of teaching experience and 3 years of experience in the industry. As far as the academics are concerned, he completed his MBA in 2002 from Nagpur University, and later on he has completed his PhD in Human Resource Management in 2013. Uh, he is playing various roles and responsibilities in college curriculum. Along with that, also he has he has organized the various workshops and seminars during these years. He is awarded with the various types of best faculty award in the various conferences. So right now I'm welcoming Dr. Sudhir Pode sir. Sudhir Pode sir, please, I request you to continue the session. It's over to you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sudhir sir, now you can start your session. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. So, thank you, dear participant. Today's my topic is innovative pedagogy 2020. So, there's a lot of pedagogies and methods of pedagogy we will learn. Again, there is some innovative what pedagogies we can use in daily teaching practices. We can discuss today's lecture, and I will present my PPTs. What are around 10 types of new pedagogies what we are going to discuss in this particular lecture. As per time constraint, total 10 points are there we have to discuss today, out of which within given time is 1 hour, how much we can cover, let us see. Right? So I will present my PPTs on the innovative pedagogies. Okay, sir. Sunil, sir,
Yeah,
I
Sudhir
have
sir,
visible?
it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's visible.
Okay, okay. So my topic is today's innovative pedagogy. So the innovative pedagogy explores the new forms of teaching, learning, and assessment for an interactive world to guide teachers and policymakers in productive innovation. In this presentation, proposes 10 innovations that are already in currency but have not yet had profound influence on education. We propose a long list of new educational terms, theories, and practices. We then pared this down to 10 that have the potential to provoke major shifts in educational practice. Sorry. To compile then the 10 sketches of new pedagogies that might transform education. These are summarized below the approximate order of immediacy and time scale to widespread implementations. So, what are those 10 pedagogies today we are going to discuss? Number one, that is playful learning. Playful learning, motivating and engaging learners. Second is learning with robots, helping teachers free their time for teaching. Decolonizing learning, that is changing perspective and opening up opportunities. Drone based learning, enabling and enriching exploration of physical spaces. Learning through wonders, that is, sparking curiosity, investigation, and discovery. Action learning, that is, finding solution to apply in daily life. Virtual studios, that is, hub of activities where learners develop creative processes together. And place-based learning, that is, location as a trigger for learning. Making thinking visible, that means opening windows into students' learning. Roots of empathy, that is social and emotional learning. So these are the 10 types of pedagogies what today we have to discuss. Let us see one by one. That is, first is playful learning. Playful learning, that is motivating and engaging learners. How it could be possible? Let us see. There are many advantages to play in learning, both for children and adults. It is not simply an activity to help young children develop, but it evokes creativity, imagination, and happiness. It also has lifelong benefits. Playful learning has a focus on the process more than the outcome and allows for exploration of different issues from a variety of perspectives. There are many different ways to support playful learning. This includes play-based approaches to teaching, designing digital games for learning, developing playful values through participation in spaces that allow experimentation and positive failure. Play provides an important contrast to an increasing focus on memorizations, testing, and performance in education, all of which reduce opportunities for active exploration. Playfulness in learning can take many forms, including pretend play, mobile play, digital games, and developing playful values. Pretend play, that is, pretending that a pen is a magic stick, acting the role of superhero, or role playing different situations have many potential learning outcomes. They help learners become aware of different perspectives, support them in their development of language and social skills, and encourage them to learn about others and their physical environment. They also provide opportunities for both children and adults to express and explore emotions, including fears and desires. Play occurs naturally and is initiated by children throughout their development. It can also be more structured and guided by adults. Guided play is an approach to teaching and learning during which free play is combined with guidance and support from a teacher. Pretend play, this can help children achieve specific learning objectives. The focus of this approach is the learner rather than the teacher. It can take two forms. Teacher design a learning environment in such a way that children have the freedom to explore and discover new things. Teachers watch the activities children are naturally doing, makes comments and encourage questions, supporting active explorations. Second is mobile play. Playful learning experiences can also be supported by mobile devices. More and more mobile applications target young children and their learnings. Most of this present learning content together with game element. For example, they offer batches or points for finding the correct answer, or they combine racing with the learning activity. When children use specific application, literacy, maths, and science skills can improve and they can become better at solving problems. Yet, most of these applications are not well designed or appropriate for the age of the children. Applications that support learning are typically interactive and flexible. More benefits such as language development are gained when children use application along with teachers, parents, or other adults. Well-designed mobile applications provide opportunities for exploration and discovery, support learners when they face difficulties, make learning visible, and guide elders so as to encourage on the weak children's. Digital games are ideal spaces for learning, joyful and engaging. They present incentives that are built into structure of the games and that motivate learners. They provide opportunities for social play and teamwork. Adaptable design features such as customizing the level of difficulty, feedback that respond to game action, leaderboard, and trophies. They also let learners try out new things, take risks, and learn to fail in a safe learning environment. Digital games have been used to teach all age groups from young children to mature adults. Research shows that the games can motivate learners and help develop skills such as collaborations, problem solving, and creativity. There are also benefits when learners are asked to make their own games and when they learn to code and use technology in order to do this. Games helps learners to develop their identity as well as supporting communication and collaboration with others. The use of games in teaching remains limited. This may be due to lack of understanding of how gamers learn from playing games. Other reasons include a high cost of some games and equipment, as well as the difficulty of finding the space to incorporate games in the curriculum. That is, game analytics could provide a way forward. These data sets are automatically created when learners play games. They can provide information about how learners play the games and how they interact with game features. This reveals which parts of a game individuals find difficult to complete, which parts are most popular, and which are never used. Such insight can be used by teachers to understand what learners are doing in the game, help learners who struggle, or provide additional activities for those who are progressing fast. These data sets can also be analyzed to relate learners' performance to specific in-game action. For example, analysis may show that learners don't understand the game goal. This information can be used to improve the design of the game and to change the way in which the games is used and supported by teachers. Developing playful values. Playful learning is not only about toys and games or using gaming element to enhance learning, It also about changes in how learners think about learning and the development of playful values. This includes being open to new experiences, being curious, taking risks, and learning from failure. To do this, it is important to create opportunities for learners to take part in play spaces, either physical or imaginary, where actions do not have the same impact that they do in a everyday world. These spaces may have their own rules, they are safe, can be explored, and support productive failures. To design such spaces for adult learners, what is needed is an environment that is easily accessible, support progression, and is flexible, supports active physical engagement and collaboration with others, is democratic, open, accept failure, and is intrinsically motivating. An example of use of playful learning with adults is the Playful Learning Conference. This annual event includes treasure hunts, secret storytelling, escape rooms, sandpits, and video games. Delegates are encouraged to make use of these activities, step out their comfort zone, and take a risk. Learning from failure is seen as a way of helping the conference improve in the future. Innovative approaches can pave the way to wider range. One example is low-tech, high-play school in San Francisco with no exams or formal curriculum. Teachers are regarded as collaborators and learning is structured around project devised by students. The school is located in a warehouse and a lot of learning takes place outdoor or during field trip. There are also out of school examples that makes use of playful learning. For example, Playful Boston in the city, Boston aims to make a transit stop more playful through a public competition and playful interactions at the stop. This project promotes interaction in order to increase trust and empathy. It also helps people think outside the box and develop creative solutions to problems. Developing playful values, a good example, a seismic shake table created using Lego is used to simulate earthquake and explore civil engineering and material through play. You can see this picture where the students are making this model with the help of the Legos that can be explore of earthquake in the particular civil engineering students can use this model for the example. Second pedagogy's example is learning through robots. That is helping teachers free their time for teaching. Conversations that facilitate and enable learning are an essential part of education. Skilled teachers engage in frequent conversation with their learners. This interaction takes time, but intelligent software assistants and robots can help. These machines set a new expectations for what can be achieved. For example, they can help a learner understand something by providing a partner for conversation who is always available. They can assist teachers by responding quickly to frequent queries or by helping them with assessment. This can free teachers to redirect their energy towards essentials human tasks, such as exercising judgment and providing emotional support. Robots are also becoming capable of learning through interaction and conversation with the human tutor. Once they understand humans sufficiently well, this approach could be used for skill-based assessment. Working with robots is no longer the stuff of science fiction. The first industrial robot was designed by George Devol in 1954. More recent progress in artificial intelligence techniques that produce robots that can respond to changes in their environment instead of just repeating the same task over and over again on the factory floor. Using robots for educational purposes is not new. The thinking behind the development of these was based on constructivism. This theory of learning states that people construct their own understanding of the world. They do this through making objects that are tangible and shareable. They become active creators of knowledge, explore, question, and assess what they have learned. School children use Logo Turtle to solve problems. Doing this helps them to understand basic mathematical concepts. Creating two robots that perform well at specific tasks can be an exciting and collaborative learning activity. The RoboCups and RoboCup Junior competitions are not well established. Participants work in teams to produce robots that specialize in playing footballs or exploring a maze. RoboCup competitions also includes event in which robots takes part in an artistic or theoretical performance. These events recognize the growing potential of communication and expression that is possible with these technologies. Robots have a long history in education, but the breadth of potential use is now increasing rapidly. Artificial intelligence has been integrated into a variety of robots, creating an exciting space for learning together. For example, Chip the robot dog has been developed to be a pet. These robot dogs can share their thoughts, such as I would like to go for a walk via an apps. They develop their behavior over time, respond based on how their owners interact with them, and can be trained. Advances in design and hardware support natural forms of interaction or dialogues with robots using speech, gestures, and emotional expressions. The SoftBank NAO robots can speak, understand 20 languages using cameras to recognize people and objects. SoftBank states that learners perceive the robots as friendly and non-judgmental, which gives them confidence when answering questions. Robots designed as a social communication provides opportunities for language learning. The robot can act as a tutor available at any time the learner wants to chat. Robots are still a starting point of learning programming skill, but this can now be achieved in increasingly natural ways. For example, children can develop the understanding of a photon robot by increasing its skills so it can be complete challenges. The intention is that children learn by teaching the robots. See how the robots for football RoboCups is going to be prepared. The students are preparing for RoboCups, working and learning together at the RoboCups. This picture gives the idea how they are going to prepare the model for robot. Third is Decolonizing learning. Decolonizing, that is settlement, establishments, and foundation. The word colonizing defined as a foundation, settlements, and all these things meaning comes to changing perspective and opening up opportunities. That is decolonizing learning. A curriculum provides a way of identifying the knowledge we value. It structures the way in which we are taught to think and talk about the world. As education has become increasingly global, communities have challenged the widespread assumptions that the most valuable knowledge and the most valuable ways of teaching and learning come from single European tradition. Decolonizing learning prompts us to consider everything we study from new perspectives. It draws attention to how often the only worldviews presented to learners is male, white, and European. This isn't simply about removing some content from the curriculum and replacing it with the new content. It's about considering multiple perspectives and making space to think carefully about what we value. Decolonizing learning helps us to recognize, understand, and challenges the ways in which our world is shaped by colonialism. It also promotes us to examine our professional practices. It is an approach that includes indigenous knowledge and ways of learning, enabling students to explore themselves and their values and to define success on their own terms. When thinking about colonialism, it is useful to start by thinking about some of the things that can happen when one group of people tell another group what to do. Imagine a situation in which people from a different neighborhood came to your house and told you how to live your life. They might not think about or know about the issues faced by people in your area. Their instruction on how to live might be counterproductive when addressing those issues. Settler colonialism is a large scale version of this situation. It's the process of ruling people within the borders of their lands. Opposing settler colonialism by decolonization is an unsettling activity because decolonization is a process, not a metaphor. If people come to your neighborhood to tell you what to do, one solution is to stop them exerting control over you, claiming the power to make your own decisions. This is unsettling because so many aspects of the situation change for everyone involved. The same applies at a larger scale. Decolonization requires systematic unsettling change. This may include measures such as dismantling colonial structures while empowering indigenous culture with nation building activities. Part of this process involves acknowledging the way in which digital presence can contribute to colonizations. There is more than one way in which one group of people can exert influence on another group. Digital colonization occurs when indigenous population use resources developed by colonial populations. This can happen with online learning and is a danger when millions of learners from countries around the world join massive open online courses run on platforms developed in just a small number of countries. It contrasts digital decolonization, considers how to support colonized people with technology in order to connect them with a shared history, support a critical perspective on their present, provide tools for them to shape their futures. To enable the use of this critical perspective and these tools, it's important that digital decolonization transform decisions about how to use technology to the people. If the power to make decisions isn't transformed, colonialism can continue no matter how well intentioned the decision makers might be. The website creators from a different neighborhoods might try to gain your support for a new school by considering your views and developing proposals that take your community educational values into account. However, if they don't understand that you should prefer to have the new school in your neighborhood, their work will remain focused on a new resource that benefits them. The ability of one group to understand and anticipate the need of the other group relates to what some refer to as critical pedagogies. Critical pedagogy provides frameworks for the academic success of indigenous students. For example, culturally relevant pedagogy seeks to provide a way for students to maintain their cultural integrity while succeeding academically. Similarly, culturally sustaining pedagogies seek to support students in sustaining the cultural competence of their communities while also offering access to the colonial's cultural competence. To understand the distinction between using critical pedagogies with mainstream material as compared with building educational material from the starting point of indigenous cultures, the next section compares different approaches to game-based learning as well as flexible online course. A commercial video game civilization can be used in educational context to normalize or to challenge colonialism. The game themes is colonialism. It encourages players to expand your empire across the map, advance your culture. Players engage in settlers' colonialism as they conquer and rule neighboring civilization. If the game is presented as representation of history, it normalizes colonial behavior in America because the Native American cultures appears homogeneous and their rich diversity is obscured. On the other hand, the games also provides opportunities for critical pedagogy that encourages students to critique colonization and how Native Americans are represented. Colonization is not a metaphor but a process that shapes reality for generations. Digital colonization is an aspect of this. Digital colonization can be used within education to support settler decolonization. This process takes place at all levels of education. Higher education helps students to prepare for jobs as well as offering its own career ladder, recruiting diverse students and providing them with equal access to jobs is at the best a partial solution and may perpetuate colonizations. What is needed is to give equal access to success, bearing in mind that success for a student may be at odds with success within colonial society. Success for indigenous students will be associated with work on cultural preservations, revitalizations, and nation building. Higher education has the opportunity to align content and help build local communities. This is work that required support for change both within universities and within the wider communities they support. Historically, schools have played an active role in colonizations. As a result, they frequently fall short of serving the educational needs of indigenous popul- populations. We are in a period of transitions away from the use of schools to suppress indigenous culture and towards approaches to education that can serve the need of all students. As education tackles global issues and engages people worldwide with new initiatives such as MOOC, the idea for open learning provides spark of opportunities for new approaches that serve the need of local communities. The transition of education from local to global can and should change the nature of learning. Rather than using educational technology to amplify oppressive efforts, it can act as a catalyst that precipitates a change in the aim of education. By reimagining the education as an activity that serve the need of local communities, including indigenous population, the impact of learning can be expanded, making it more inclusive and more valuable to us all. Fourth is drone-based learning. That is four types of pedagogy. That is called drone-based learning, enabling and enriching exploration of physical spaces. Drones are small devices that can be controlled remotely and made to carry out various tasks either while in the air or once they have landed. Typically, they are used to take photographs or make videos. Learners can use them to look inside inaccessible places or to see a landscape from different angles. Using drone, students can collect data in places that would otherwise be difficult or dangerous to access. The use of drones help learners to develop new skills including planning routes and interpreting visual clues in the landscape. This enriches exploration of many physical spaces. Drone-based learning also stimulates valuable discussion around how emerging technologies can be used responsibly in learning spaces beyond the classroom. Drones are small vehicles that are controlled remotely using usually aircraft, but also waterborne craft. They often have on-board sensors that can gather data. With many carrying cameras, small affordable drones have become widely available and can be used in many countries without a license, enabling recreational and educational activities. They are being used in education as a way to enable or enrich exploration of various physical spaces. They support field work and inquiries by exploration of various physical spaces. They support field work and inquiries by enhancing the capability of students to explore physical environments, enabling data collecting from novel perspectives, as well as providing data For research, the use of drone supports learning and reflection related to research method and data analysis. The operation of the drone itself can be used to explore various subjects, including mastery of flight systems. Drone-based learning extended what can be achieved in field work but can lead to additional costs. Collecting visual data. Small drones can be launched from the palm of a hand or from the ground. When in the air, they can be controlled using pointing gestures or a remote control. Many drones carry cameras that enable distance viewing as well as video and image capture. A drone with camera can be made to fly and however above areas of terrain and above objects including building and trees. It can be controlled manually or it can carry out a pre-programmed mission. Drones are becoming such a pervasive technology that many students will benefit from early introduction to them before going on to interact with them regularly, either at work or in everyday life. Drones have proved to be a very useful to workers in a variety of areas, including land surveyors, farmers, constructions, companies, new reporters, filmmakers, policy officers, police officers, and emergency responders. In all these areas, drones equipped with cameras are used for everyday tasks and research. Students training in these subjects areas need to understand how drones are used in work setting. In the construction industry, for example, photographs can be taken by drone in order to inspect the ongoing construction of a building. Coaches of sport teams have used the overhead views provided by drone as a part of training. In ecology, drones can monitor areas of land and water in order to detect changes in animals or plants. Cultural heritage sites, including nature reserves and area containing ruins, are now using drone-based exploration and informal learning to attract new audiences and to make the visitors experience more attractive. Aerial photography using drones has revealed the imprints of ruins of archaeological interests that are not visible from the ground or that are uncovered at particular times due to extreme weather conditions. Communities have also used drones to capture images of their local area from different angles, enabling them to collect evidences of environmental changes such as deforestation or to monitor illegal trade without confronting criminals in the process. In the aftermath of natural disasters such as hurricanes and earthquakes, drones have been used to access damage, locate victims, and deliver aids. What are the benefits of this approach? Drones can be used to support educational field work and inquiries by enhancing the capabilities of students to explore physical environments, enabling data collections from novel perspectives and in spaces that would otherwise be difficult or dangerous to access. The use of drones provides learning opportunities and supports reflection in the area of research methods and data analysis, including routes planning and interpretation of visual clues in the landscape. The variety of types of drone and the precision with which some of them can be controlled means that they can support activities within a classroom, school, gymnasium, or other indoor environment. These activities can add a new dimension of engagement to learning mathematics, including activities such as predicting flight times or landing zones in a particular places, identify through mathematical problem solving, use of drones helping to make some mathematical concept more concrete for students. The operations of the drones itself can also be a subject of learning. This includes mastery of flight systems and discussion of important issues including ethics, privacy, team roles, legal regulations, and safety procedures. Drones can be used to develop orientation skill, motor skills, and digital literacy skill. They can also be used to develop programming skills when students write flight control software. Drones enable both recreational and educational activities. They are new tools which offers a different approach for field work as well as an effective way to engage students in learning. Drones can feed learners curiosity to see things that are hidden, can help make abstract concept more concrete, and have a role to play in making outdoor learning more attractive. Next is your learning through wonders, sparking curiosity, investigation, and discovery. This is fifth way of pedagogy, that is learning through wonders. A wondrous event such as seeing a brilliant rainbow or majestic mountain waterfall creates an experience that provokes interest and curiosity. By questioning and investigating encounters in the everyday world, a child's desire to understand leads to learning. A nature walk can reveal patterns such as spirals, fractals, waves, bubbles, and cracks that are the ones beautiful and open to mathematical modeling. Visual illusions and magic tricks with familiar objects can provoke questions of causality, action at a distance, and free will. Such wondrous encounters motivate learners to see a phenomenon from many different perspectives. Teachers can include wonders in learning activities through magic show, object lessons, nature tables, cabinets of curiosities, and outdoor quests, as well as through literature that evoke a sense of wonder. Wonder invites learning. The everyday phrase, I wonder how that works, can be the smart of curious to understand. Philosophers such as Aristotle and Plato saw wonder as a spur of learning when we confront our familiar conceptions and explore strange new ideas. Since antiquity, teachers have created curious mechanical toys, displayed wondrous objects for their pupils, and organized tours to see the wonders of the world. Wonder rooms and cabinets of curiosities were for runners of museums in Renaissance Europe. In more modern times, teachers take students on nature walk to find wondrous objects such as spider webs, and set up experiment to show the wonders of science. The innovative practice here is a curriculum design that builds upon and extends the heritage of wonders, encompassing virtual trips to wondrous places, digital cabinets of curiosities, and student-led object lessons. Wonder can be deliberately sought and designed to support learning. The poet Wordsworth saw wonder in everyday sighting, such as a field of daffodils or a sky of clouds, seen through the eyes of an imaginative child. Lingering on the familiar can provoke a joy of being that inspires creativity. Wonders is multifaceted. It can be away inspiring in a flame or plasma glow, or associated with curiosity in the shape of an ostrich feather or the motion of fluoroscope. A classroom nature table can be a focus of exploration and classification. It can form connections between nature, science, and mathematics. Wonder is associated with kindness and with positive experiences that leads to observations and an urge to find out more. Anticipations, encounter, investigation, discovery, and propagations. A pedagogy of wonders has some similarities to guided discovery learning. Whether a teacher helps students solve a problem or understand a principle through a process of hands on exploration, but it differs in how the quiz begins by showing an object or event that spark curiosity, presenting the familiar in a new way, setting up a puzzle, or conjuring with science and nature. Much of this section is based on a doctoral thesis and subsequent exploration by Matthew McFall on designing wonder in and beyond school setting. He builds on previous words to describe wonder as a series of phases. Anticipation, a sense that something is going to happen and desire to know more. Encounter, the moment of experiencing the wondrous. Investigation, pursuit of the wondrous to understand it better or to continue the experience. Discovery, coming to understand or realize how much more there is to know. Propagation, continue working with this wonder to share and celebrate. So nature inspires a classroom curiosity display. Why does this leaf have this pattern on it? So you see the picture how, because you will find everything in wonders, and wonders create to pressurize something to learn. That is, wonders is one of the important way of pedagogy. Each phase, wondrous encounters motivate learners to see a phenomenon from many differentiate perspectives. Each phase can be designed for learners. A sense of anticipation can be seeded with riddles, questions, mysterious conversation, or posters. There could be an event that takes students out of their classroom into strange place, either by physically moving to another place or by evoking the strangeness through storytelling. The encounters with wonder should be inspiring, not frightening. It can be deliberately constructed, as with the table or case displaying peculiar objects, a fossil, a sea urchin skeleton, a sea pod, a sparkling stone, a kaleidoscope, a tooth, a marble, the working of clock, or anything else that inspires curiosity. It can be journey to a new place such as a walk to find spider webs or seeds. It can be puzzle or magic tricks. It can be object lesson, time devoted to consider the phenomena that make up the object and looking to see, understand and communicate the remarkable qualities of the exhibit. Each design for wonder and learning should be constructive. It should allow learners to share their ideas of wonder and to find or create their own wondrous objects. The encounter should prompt questioning and a research for meaning that spread beyond the encounter. How does it work? Why does it have that shape? What makes it is so beautiful? What happens next? Each of these questions can start a journey to understand more about the encounter. The phase of discovery can continue throughout a lifetime through a profession or hobby such as geology, botany, or engineering. Memorable exposures to the wanderers are keys. A school offers many opportunities to display and share, such as curated classroom, cabinets, and wonder walls. Principle of wonder lessons. How we are introduced to things make a difference. Consider how the encounter with wonder is designed and allowed for. Build anticipation and spark investigations from the beginning. The rules governing interaction influence the outcomes. If each child can touch the curious object, play with puzzle and try to recreate the strange event, then the learning will be more engaged than watching a display by the teacher. We are drawn to things that are concealed or are the means of concealment. A gold envelope lends authority and prestige. Object offered different interaction. Some of these may allow exploration and insight, seek connections. Consider all the sense when planning an interaction. Try to satisfy a promise should be made, though not necessarily in the way that a participant expects. Be mindful of frustration. Sometimes questions are more potent than explanation. Some educational philosophies, school and technologies emphasizes the wondrous nature of learning. The educational philosopher Rudolf Steiner saw children's early years as a period to stimulate their imagination, though wonders at the beauty of nature, the elegance of numbers, the design of artwork, and the telling of suspenseful story. He saw his world proof school as a place of foster a spirit of wonder that combines thinking, feeling, and doing. Matthew McFall set up his first wonder room in a school in Nottingham, UK, containing objects to provoke wonder, curiosity, and investigation. These arranged from an African voodoo lily that once a year gives off the smell of rotting meat to attract fleas, to a mechanical typewriter from before World War II. He reports high engagement from pupils, staff, and community, multiple arising wonders based project, and the sheer enjoyment of co-creating a cultural of wonder. MacFall has developed a sequence of 8 sessions that form a pedagogy and curriculum of wonder and wandering. He presents the session as a module of boxes, each with a color scheme to be opened one at a time into learning activity. So he created 8 color boxes and given the name of black box, red box, orange, and different colors of boxes. So black box is a launch event that stimulates anticipation and piques curiosity. Depending on the teachers and the setting, it might be a table wrapped with a black cloth that is removed with a flourish to reveal a curious object, or it could be a magic or science show, or a physical box that is open to reveal a clue or a puzzle. The students share their ideas of wonder and learn more about their roles as a wonders workers. Then red box is a series of object lesson. The student look for objects of wonder outside the classroom and bring them in for a show and tell session. The exhibit might range from the seemingly mundane, a leaf, stone, paper, clip, coin, to the exotic, porcupine and statue. The student consider and discuss what makes them wondrous. Orange box is a scavenger hunt within the school ground. The student with support from staff to go in the teams to look for the weird and a wonderful. They are encouraged to question the things they see around them and collect specimens such as pebbles, seeds, or flowers. Yellow box is a nature table gallery. The students examine items they have found and discuss how they can be described and display for others to see. They might use a magnifying glasses to look at the object more closely, organize the atoms into groups, and add labels to identify or questions. Green box is a cabinet of curiosities event. The students create interactive exhibits to share and explain. These could be items they collected on the scavenger hunt, display inspired by wondrous event they have witnessed, such as lightning storm, object brought from home, or Fiat challenge or a survey. For example, a student could take part an old mobile phone with all the components displayed, or could plant seed at different times to show stages of growth. A curiosity need not be a physical object. It could be a question such as what are thunder and lightning, or why do shale form spirals? Blue box is a quiz to explore and understand that takes the pupils on a visit to an historical site, a zoological museum, a woodland. Students and staffs collect and consider their wonders in this new setting. Indigo Box is an opportunity for students to create displays of their exhibits and conceptions of wonder to a larger audience. They could design classroom, museums, or wonder show for other students to visit. The emphasis is on bringing previous boxes together. They can seek feedback, learn from the experiences, and create something even more ambitious. Eighth and last is White Box, is the ambitious whole school celebration of wonder with a larger invited number of participants, including other year groups, school and families. It could be similar to a school science fair, but around them of curiosity and wonders focused on the result of the students' quiz. It is a grand finale, but with an understanding that wandering never ceases. Wonderful is a computer platform created by the US National Center for Families Learning. It offers a wonder of the day in the form of an intriguing or curious question supported by text and images. Students can submit their own wonder questions to a wonder bank. They can also vote for favorite questions to be promoted as a wonder of the day. The platform provides resources for learners to explore wonders in more details and discuss this online. Conclusion: Wonder has a rich heritage. It differs from away amazement and astonishing in opening multiple pathways to learning. A pedagogy of wonders encourages the design of opportunities for anticipation, encounters, investigations, discovery, and propagation. At one extreme, this may consist of a teacher dragging reluctant students or nature walk to find the wonder in a puddle or a raindrop. At the other extreme, it becomes a diffuse empathy associated with wondering how others are feeling. Done well, learning through wonders can fit into a curriculum of science or art, yet provoke new ways of seeing and understanding, where familiar objects become prompts for inquiry and imagination as the wonder continue to learn. Thank you, sir. I will stop now here.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you, madam.
time.
Yeah. That's why I will stop here. So these are the some pedagogies of recent learning we can use. That will I show my presentation through.
Yes,
Thank you.
sure.
If anybody having questions, you can.
So if any of the participating members, in case if you have any queries, you can ask now or you can type them in the chat box. Well, I guess, sir, that there are no more queries. So thank you very much, sir, for conducting a nice session for us. And on behalf of organizing committee of Ballarpur Institute, uh, okay, Rose Jose ma'am has written here in the chat box, even though we have 5 points to discuss, you certainly did an elaborate study on the topic. Presentation was detailed. Thank you for the session.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
So, sir, on behalf of Ballapur Institute of Technology and on behalf of organizing committee of this faculty development program, I thank you very much for for your time, and I also thank you for for adjusting the session on the very last moment. So, thank you so much, sir. Uh,
Thank you.
Yes. Nowadays, I request all the attending members to please, sir, I think you're still sharing the screen. All the attending members, I request that a feedback form will be shared. The link to fill in the feedback form will be shared with you on the WhatsApp group, and you are all requested to please fill in the feedback before 11 p.m. tonight, because after that the link to fill in the feedback will expire. And please stay tuned. Our honorable guest for today's session, Ms. Renu Kublani ma'am, is about to join us in a minute. So we'll start the session in a minute. Please stay connected. Am I audible? If somebody will please confirm if I am audible. Yes, thank you, Sunil.
Yes, sir.
So our honorable guest for today's session, Ms. Renu Kublani ma'am, has already joined us. Renu ma'am, in case if you just wish, you said that you would like to check whether the audio is working fine or not. Let us check and then we will start with the session.